It is primary day here in the Empire State, and if you notice, we've taken the show outside today as New Yorkers put their mark on this wild presidential election. Polls close in 4 hours. 247 delegates are up for grabs in the Democratic race. That contest in a moment. But first, there are 95 delegates at play on the Republican side. Donald Trump's hoping for a landslide on his home turf to help get him to that magic number of 1237 to secure the Republican nomination. Here are all three candidates ahead of today's big vote.
You're going to go and vote. And you're going to make sure all your friends are going to go and vote. And you're going to look back in 4 years and 12 years and 25 years, and you're going to say, that's the greatest single vote I've ever cast.
Because if I'm the nominee, we win the general election. We're beating Hillary in the key swing states. We're beating Hillary with independents. We're beating Hillary with young people.
We're caught in this place where my name has come up, but people still haven't decided. They still haven't decided, well, who is this guy? CBS just released a poll. I beat Hillary Clinton by 12 points, and the two other guys lose.
All right, all the delegates at stake here in the Empire State, all of the candidates hoping to be the one to move ahead in this important, crucial moment in the fight for the Republican nominations. Let's take it around outside. How are you guys enjoying the weather here?
Very good. I know what Dorothy feels like.
Exactly. All right. So, Bowling, take us through the numbers here, the number of delegates at play for the GOP side.
So 95, clearly, we've been talking about that, but it breaks down that each of the districts gets 3 delegates, and if anyone gets 50% of the vote in that specific district, they get all 3 delegates. If they don't, it splits up. So thereby, Ted Cruz still wants to play here. He still wants to do well here, and John Kasich does. If you win the state, you get, I don't know, 17 or so total delegates. The way it looks, some of the polling, some of the experts have said, a win for Donald Trump will be anything above, say, 65 or 70 delegates. A win for Ted Cruz would be 10 to 15 delegates, and a win for John Kasich, because he's in second, would be 10 to 15, and Ted Cruz, if he gets 10, that would be a good number for him. So add those to where they already are. But the bottom line is next week's a big week, but it looks like on the GOP side, it's going to go down to June 7th. Any way you slice it.
Take it all the way through. It's going to be a wild summer. Dana, how do you see today shaping up?
Eric's going to be wearing ties every Tuesday for the next several weeks. I think that it's likely that Donald Trump is going to win tonight. And then so you have the 3 Republicans all won their states, right? Kasich in Ohio, Ted Cruz in Texas, and Donald Trump in New York. And the way I think about Donald Trump in New York is that he has 100% name ID all throughout the country. But the people of New York know him personally, and he is their guy, and so I expect him to do really well tonight. But it could be that, at least in a couple of the congressional districts, that Kasich or Cruz is able to keep Donald Trump below 50% and pick up a couple of delegates. But next week also becomes very important in all of those New England states that are going to vote next Tuesday.
And also in terms of momentum, Greg, going forward, is all eyes right now on New York to see how Donald Trump will perform. The expectation level is very high here for him.
A lot of things are very high here, Kimberly.
You today.
I'm getting a second-hand high for being outside. By the way, I love the fact that we are on location for this primary. We moved 100 feet from our studio. Officially, this is a travel day. I've charged all my food on expenses.
Good point.
And I even have a hotel room, and I live in the city. So if anybody's free. No, but the thing is, this is Trump's town. He's like, you know what he is? He's like a major league pitcher at a carnival dunk tank. He should just walk up and just soak everyone. Meanwhile, Ted Cruz, New York to him is like Walmart after Black Friday. There's nothing left for him but like a single sock and a training bra.
Yeah, and the leftover remote control.
Yes.
All right, so and what about also now, we've got the Republicans all vying for it. What do you think the Democrats are thinking about the Empire State and how it's going to shape up?
Well, again, Bernie Sanders claims he could do very well here, Kimberly. I think he's probably smoking a little what Greg said he smelled outside here today. Hillary's going to do very well tonight. The question is, can she hold him to double digits or not? She needs to do well or above 10% or better in order to maintain expectations for herself. But I keep saying, Bernie Sanders keeps talking about momentum. It's very nice, but we all know in campaigns momentum isn't what matters. Math is what matters. And the reality is he's going to go from here to places like Maryland, to places like New Jersey, Eric's home state, to places like California, which are a lot more diverse and traditionally places that he has not done as well in demographically. New York is another good example of that. So Bernie Sanders has to tremendously exceed expectations here tonight. You notice he's not in New York. He's already in Erie, Pennsylvania campaigning. I think New York's in his rearview mirror because he knows he's not going to do well here tonight.
So in terms of the numbers, Eric, you think that Sanders is kind of seeing the writing on the wall. He's got to move forward with the campaign.
Bernie is all about momentum, a movement, becoming a left-wing liberal hero of the left. He's not going to get the numbers. He's going to end up. He can't lose over the next 2 weeks, but by June 7th again, she has got it locked up. He can't get it, but he can be the one that says, I was a spoiler. I made it rough on Hillary Clinton. I'm your hero. And he will have a big footprint going forward in the Democrat side for a long time.
So, Dana, what do you think in terms of the role that he will have with the party and, of course, you know, at the convention?
I'm glad you asked that because I was fascinated this morning to read that in 2008, Hillary Clinton won her state, her home state, adopted home state, by 17 points. She's not going to do that today. And so if you think about how the Democratic Party has changed in just 8 years and how far left it has moved, that Bernie Sanders can still be giving her a real run for her money. And the other thing about momentum, it's about the money as well. Campaigns usually die because they run out of money. Bernie Sanders is not in danger of running out of money anytime soon. They run a very lean machine, but he's also been able to tap into a donor network all across the country where they will donate $27 here, even $3 sometimes. That's a lot of people that are actually turning out to vote. Now, will the youth vote that has turned out for him so far be able to at least squash Hillary Clinton's dreams here in New York? I don't know.
Well, you wonder, though, if because they have skin in the game and that they've made a capital investment in Bernie, someone that they believe in, that, yes, has kind of attained folklore status. He's like the hero of the left. But also, if I'm Hillary Clinton, I want to make sure going forward, even if she wins and secures the nomination, boy, would she want to get a hold of Bernie's Rolodex and donor list to be able to help get some momentum for her going forward, Greg.
Well, the interesting thing is whenever you hear somebody saying they're looking ahead, that means they've lost.
Right.
That's the translation. Bernie is like half socialist, half zombie. You know, wherever Hillary goes, he's in the rearview mirror. He's like Yul Brynner in Westworld. She's going, will he stop following me? And everybody's getting serious now. You're seeing Trump do a shakeup on his staff. You see Cruz running to Pennsylvania to steal some delegates, and you got Bernie. He's trimming the ear hair.
But very interesting. He's actually driving that bus from behind.
Yes.
She's winning, but it's coming down to when does Bernie turn and say, all right, all you followers, I have a great 27,000 people showed up here the other night. All of you people, it's time to focus on Hillary Clinton, the Democrat, who you want to be the Republican. So he's holding the cards.
But here's the problem, and we've noticed this with the Trump kids. We see this again today. How many of those people thought about registering to vote Democratic by October 15th of last year? And that's the difficulty for a lot of people in his movement. This New York makes it impossible to vote.
I think that's true on the Republican side.
But not just New York, though. In general, when Bernie decides to say, okay, I can't win, I don't have the path delegate-wise to the nomination, put your support behind Hillary.
Yeah.
In the meantime, he's still beading up on her. So he has a lot of power right now.
Trump's running mate. Bernie becomes Trump's running mate. You get both of the rebel sides together.
Remember, in Michigan, they were the number 1 and 2 choice of voters going in.
A lot of people do that. Like one, they like the other. They're trying to decide. But let's also talk about somebody else on the GOP side, and that is John Kasich. Appears to be getting tired of answering questions about why he's still in the race. Check out this exchange with a reporter yesterday.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think the Republican Party wants to pick somebody who actually can win in the fall.
But if you've only won Ohio...
Can I finish? I think I'm answering Mike the question the way I want to answer it. You want to answer it?
No.
Here, let me hold that.
You're the candidate.
Let me ask you. What do you think?
I thought it was funny.
Well, I don't think it's a problem. Do you, Dana?
No, I thought it was funny.
Kind of clever.
Especially when you're in a scrum like that and reporters are bearing down on you and everyone's asking you why are you still in the race? You're such a loser. I mean, at some point I don't know, you throw a little personality. I don't mind it.
That's the literal Snapchat. He always said he was good at it. He just did a Snapchat.
Well, and also, look, he's sticking up for himself, and you might get tired of it because he's trying to run a serious campaign, and he is in second place in New York.
He's right about the polling. In head-to-head matchups in the polling that exists today, he's the one that can beat Hillary Clinton. So he's looking around at the group saying, why isn't anybody looking at me? But
he's like, take some smelling salts,
GOP. Guess who beats all of them head-to-head? Remember the Fox News poll last week? It was Bernie Sanders could beat all of them if the election were held today.
You know, interesting. Mitt Romney today said, hey, you Republicans, if Ted Cruz and John Kasich both stay in the race, you're basically handing the nomination over to Donald Trump. And he suggests, I guess, Kasich getting out.
I saw Romney say that, and I would imagine the Kasich team was thinking, why don't you butt out, buddy? But they might not say that.
What's interesting about Kasich is for all these months he's been trying to be the gentler, kinder John Kasich. It's actually not in his nature to be that guy. He's an ordinary guy, and it's finally starting to come out.
Oh, he's a nice guy. John Kasich?
He's a little bit of an ordinary guy.
He can be cranky.
He's a nice guy. He's cranky. He's a cranky guy.
Funny, though. He's cranky. He's like you're sometimes.
It's almost like he's waking up from a nap.
So imagine if Greg was
hugely popular in Ohio. He's done very well there, and he has a tremendous amount of experience. And when it points to the general election and winning, he's like, I'm the guy.
He could do better in New York than people think.
Yeah, let's see. That's why it's so exciting.
He only knew how to eat a piece of pizza. That'd be.
We love it. Much more to come on this.